Some people struggle with the idea of giving their very best because they wonder if it really has any weight, if anybody's really going to care. Today on the Good Morning Devotional Podcast, we're going to talk about that, and we're going to use the example of Abel. Hello and welcome to the Good Morning Devotional Podcast. We're coming to you once or twice a week with a small devotional that's designed to encourage you, challenge you, and help you to take your next step with your walk with God. My name is Dallas, and I'm so glad you've hit the play button today, whether you're listening to us on Spotify, Google Podcast, or Apple Podcasts. We're just glad that you have you've tuned in. I really am. I'm glad that this has become a thing for you to be able to listen to and encourage you. Today, guys, we're going to start kind of a bit of a series here in the podcast. I know that for the most part, we've been basically doing my reflections from my morning devotional from the Life Journal, which, by the way, some of you guys were maybe curious about that. I do have a link in the description down below for you guys to get your own copy of the Life Journal. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not getting paid for this. It's just a tool, the resource I want to give to you guys. I want to make sure you guys have available to you. I'm not giving it to you. You got to pay for it yourself. But we're going to be starting kind of a series in the Life Journal. Yesterday, we were in Hebrews chapter 11. Man, there's so much here, so much in Hebrews 11. I was like, let's do a mini-series talking about the heroes of the faith that we find in Hebrews chapter 11. And so that's what we're going to do. Obviously, Hebrews 11, it's the hall of faith, if you will, where he mentions several people from the scriptures and why they were commended for their faith. And the first example of this is actually Abel. In Hebrews chapter 11, verse 4 says this: "By faith Abel offered God a better sacrifice than Cain did. By faith he was commended as a righteous man when God spoke well of his offerings. And by faith he still speaks even though he is dead." Now for context, the story about Cain and Abel takes place in Genesis chapter 4. And Cain and Abel are the firstborn sons of Adam and Eve. And just to summarize the story real quickly, God said, hey, you guys need to offer up your sacrifices. And so Cain offered up one of his sheep, and it wasn't the best. He just picked one, basically, and the Lord wasn't pleased with that. He didn't give his very best to the Lord, whereas Abel gave him the very best of his crop, like the very, very best. He's like, hey, this is the best I have, my Lord, and he gave it to God, and he was honored for that. He was praised for that. Now, as a result, Abel was murdered. Cain became jealous, and he attacked his brother and became the first murderer. As just aside, in that moment, Abel became the first martyr because he was literally killed for his faith, because he was being willing to go above and beyond to serve God. And when I was meditating on this, it really brought to mind the thought process of this. We don't have a lot about Abel. Like, there's not a lot said about him past these moments. He offered his very best and he died. And yet, his short life is memorialized in the scriptures. Even here in Hebrews, the writer of Hebrews says this: "And by faith he still speaks even though he is dead." What is he talking about? It means the story, the example of him, who he is because of his great faith to give his very best to God, no matter how short a time frame he had. It had an effect, a rippling effect. It became an example of, hey, look, this is what the Lord expects, our very, very best. At the same time, it became an example of, hey, look, the world doesn't like it when we give our best to God. The world becomes jealous of that because the Lord blesses us and he commands us and he praises us. Now, some people are like, well, that doesn't really seem like a big blessing if he dies right afterwards. I get that. I get that mindset. But it wasn't about the blessing. It was about giving our very best to the Lord. Some people in life struggle because they wonder if it's worth it, if giving their very best to the Lord is really worth it. Is it worth it me giving a little bit extra in my tithe and my offering? Is it worth it for me to give my very best in my job? That's, by the way, that's an act of worship. We're commanded to give our very best to the Lord in everything we do, including our work. Is it worth it? What's the lasting effect of us serving the Lord, being faithful to him? The lasting effect is generational, my friends. I know we live in a world right now where we want things right here, right now. We want to see the immediate effects. And sometimes those things come and it's great. It's a beautiful thing. But the greatest thing is the lasting effect. The generations down the line where somebody goes, man, this was a game changer for me, for my family. There's been a shift that's taking place culturally. There's been a shift that's taken place on a greater scale because of one act of faithfulness. This example has been used 1,000 times. I'm sure some of you guys have heard it, but Billy Graham, the great evangelist, who got him saved? Who led Billy Graham to serve the Lord? Whose act of faithfulness, who giving their very best to Billy, or to the Lord to serve Billy, led to Billy Graham's salvation? We don't hear about him very often, do we? Yet he had a lasting effect. He had a lasting effect on Billy Graham. And Billy Graham has gone on and he led millions to Christ, presenting the gospel to hundreds and thousands of people at a time. It may seem like a small thing to you right now, but giving your very best, guys, it could change the world. It could change the world stage in a major way if you simply gave your very best wherever you're at. Maybe you're serving kids in a school situation, working a camp. Maybe you're working in a job and you're just giving your very best in working your job. And I know that seems dumb. You're like, well, I'm getting paid for it, Dallas. I understand that. But what about the example you're being to your fellow workmen and workwomen? Maybe you're your very best in school, giving your very best to study and to show yourself approved in your schoolwork. What are you willing to do to see God change the world? Are you willing to give your very best? Well, guys, that was part 1 of our series on the heroes of Hebrews. And get back to me. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this series. You can reach me on my social media. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. Just look for Sir X Rome, SIRXROAM. Or you can find me on my ministry social medias, Geek Devotions. Just look for us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for Geek Devotions, or visit our website, geekdevotions.com. As always, all the links are in the description down below. Finally, guys, I invite you to do me a favor. And if you think this will encourage somebody, share it with them. Share this with them. And be strategic. Don't just send it out, but go, hey, I think this will encourage you, person that I'm thinking of right now, and send this out to them. Let this be a tool for you to be an encouragement to other people. I don't care about me. Hey, if you want to, take the show notes from our website and just read them off to somebody. I don't care. My point is this. I want to encourage you to be an encouragement to other people. Give your very best in, okay? I love you guys. Appreciate you. Have a great week.